Okay, it's not first thing in the morning, it just feels like it. Here on the delightful and amazing night of September, year of our Lord 2014. Uh, and I'm settling down to work. Work is starting to pick up for me, which is really rather okay. My normal life, I'm not trying to present something like amazing here on YouTube. It's actually really rather delightfully boring. I go out to my Toastmasters events. I've got other meetings to go to. I've got church involvement, which is at the moment getting rather intense, and I'm not quite sure what I should be doing because we're like the director is moving away. We need to replace directors, so there's administration and things to be supportive, which is happening and stuff, and it's complex. What else have I got? I got all these new social groups I've joined, so that's taken up a bit of my time as well. And on top of that, just a question of like work to try and get to where I want to go. Tonight I'm doing a speech in Toastmasters, which is a advanced communicator speech, which is like a 15 minutes in duration or thereabouts. And the subject is fear and mastering fear, which will of course be interesting and curious. I'm not actually afraid of doing it, it's just I haven't actually done all that much in the way of preparation. There is a big secret I've got with my Toastmasters speeches, which I do. And that is that I don't really do all that much in the way of preparation. I've got a number of things to do. I've got experience of being here on YouTube, just doing what I'm doing now. I haven't planned anything I'm saying to you now. I've got one cup of coffee in me, a couple of hits worth of nicotine from my e-cig, and I'm just like letting everything go and letting everything flow and not really, caring too much about what comes out of my mouth, but being reasonably aware that it's going to be okay because I've been doing this long enough, to the most part. Okay, once in a while I set up the camera and I talk to it and I then watch myself afterwards and think there's nothing even vaguely entertaining about that, why on earth would I want to, set up the camera if I haven't had a good cup of coffee, tons of yerba mate, or some really, really, really good tea, because caffeine is like my cocaine, alright? Robin Williams, when he did some the best stage performances of his life, he was like, he'd taken a bit of Charlie, okay? I don't do drugs, okay? I don't even drink beer, okay? I'm really, really, really boring, but I got this thing for caffeine, and I take some and maybe I'm slightly hypersensitive to it, maybe that's the thing, but either way, it's that's what gives me the buzz. I used to have this system when I was doing my Toastmasters meetings in the earlier days, and I still was feeling a bit nervous, would be to have a couple of flapjacks and a really, really big real coffee from the local coffee place, because that gave me the blood sugar, okay, which that's your instant energy, and the caffeine gives you the ability to use it and to burn it. So for a short period of time during the presentation, I would actually be alive and buzzing and full of energy, and I would always get told off for talking too fast, okay, rather than being a good presenter and calming down and trying to talk in a measured way that the audience can actually follow, as well as maintaining eye contact and helping the audience to really start to pick up whatever messages I was supposed to be putting out on that one particular day. Now, I can't overdose on the caffeine tonight, so I've had my coffee this morning, but I can't overdose on it tonight. The reason being is that it's a 15-minute speech. Okay? 15 minutes. I think I'm just going to include lots of really, really meaningful pauses. Stare at the audience in an authoritative manner. Make them believe that I'm superior to what I really am, which I suppose is probably the real skill of the real speakers out there. If you've been on YouTube long enough, you'll see that there's the occasional presentation by one of the conspiracy theory lots or the alien lots or whatever, and they're using quite a lot of very good public speaking skills in their videos for the purposes of trying to present the idea that they know more than they do, but they're doing so for for the wrong reasons. I've got this moral ambiguity thing going on with public speaking and learning public speaking, because to a certain extent what you're learning is how to be a really, really good cult leader, okay, which is okay if that's what you want to be, but all the people out there who are presenting about, let's say, the gold and silver markets. They're going out there, they're being the cult leader for gold and silver. You know, there's no sort of like shaving your head and going Om or Hare Krishna or any other shit like that. But it's still a cult, right? It's still like a group of people with a following. You know, it's just going on like that, and that's what this, you know, the speaking is about. YouTube is just the same. And that's why there are people who are following particular YouTube users and following particular this, that, and the other, because it's just cults, right? And it's not really helping you to be objective. It's helping you to be subservient, you know, to somebody else's thinking. Oh, he's got a great argument, therefore I'm going to believe in it. You know, I mean, it's crazy, but it's also the way it is, and it's the way that humans are, and the way that humans always have been. And it's almost like people don't have confidence in their thinking unless there's somebody else to do the speaking which relates to their thinking for them. Which kind of... It's like a very primitive, like, tribal thing, if you think about it, you know, just like, we're not going to be independent individuals, ever, because we're humans, and that's basically what we're all about. I'll leave you with that thought. I'll speak to you again soon.